Ready? Alright, so one often overlooked thing is pine needles. They are really rich in vitamins, not the least of which is vitamin C, which is good for keeping you from getting a cold and boosting your immune system. They're a bit bitter, especially when they're dark like this, to eat raw, but I mean, I've certainly done it. Gotta kind of get over that pine sol taste, but after that, they taste kind of like limes. Now, most people will use these to make a tea. They're good to chew on when you need moisture too. If you're out of water or it's cold, it's a good source of moisture when you can't find it anywhere else. Here is one of the many wild grains that are growing over here where I'm at. They're good, of course, as cereals, food for livestock. There's some more there. And we're actually over here to walk along and show you some puffball mushroom. Now, my lovely assistant working the camera here, and I've recently discovered how delicious these things really are. There's a little baby one right there that's been dried. Now, she was asking about this earlier. How do you tell when they're ready? Well, when they get dry, they'll poof like that. And, of course, you don't want to eat it anymore. And they really just keep growing for as long as they have stuff to feed on. There's some more right there. And you can see the outer layer has peeled off of all of these, so that means they've gotten too dry. Now, it's called a giant puffball mushroom because it will get giant. There have been pictures of them, if you just Google search it, people holding ones that are, you know, huge. There's also the base puffball, which has a more clay-colored skin on the outside of it, which is actually the one that we ate. But both the giant puffball and the base puffball, the white or the tan-skinned ones, are good. The way that you want to look to identify them, though, is that they don't have a stem and they don't have gills. So when you pull the thing up and you don't see a stalk coming from the bottom of it or gills around the sides of it, then you've got a puffball. Now, what I really wanted to show you, and I wish it hadn't been squashed, right out there in my neighbor's yard, which is why I'm featuring this in the urban edibles, because you can literally find them in your yard or right along the roadsides.
So squished I can't see it.
Yep. They stomped on it because it seemed like a good idea at the time, I suppose. Which means, you know, losing some good food. It has a thick kind of texture. Reminds you of scrambled eggs. It can be cooked in soups, chopped up and battered or fried, stir-fried, and all of these ways of eating them are really good.
Don't forget about peeling them.
Don't forget, oh yeah, a lot of people don't like the taste of the skin, and so you can just kind of flake that off with a nice thin like paring knife or a fillet knife, and then once you get it going, you can actually just peel it off with your hands too. Apparently the skin won't hurt you, they just don't like it, and some people get some minor irritation in their stomach to it. So we just decided, well, why not just go ahead and peel it, don't risk it, you know? You're not losing a lot of food that way anyway.